like moment between generations of angel investors. Like,
oh, that whole drama. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It's
manufactured drama.
Manufactured drama.
Completely
Nothing.
false. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing there. No there. As we say in the biz.
There you go.
So speaking of angel stuff, last week somebody lops a grenade into the middle of the industry. Hey, the Russian, we call him the Russian, Yuri, DST, says, I'll take everything. They gave him the menu, they opened it up, and he said, hey, and they gave him the menu, said, hey, we have some specials, would you like the specials? And he just said, no, I'll take it all. 43 companies, $150,000 each, absurd, no terms, whatever. What was your initial reaction? And give me honest about it, because I know that you, like DST, you gotta be worried about that, because there could be, you got companies that are invested in that they could wind up working with. But you gotta be a little bit gentle. But what was your initial reaction? Did you say to yourself, this is crazy, this is a bubble?
I don't know if, I don't know if it's crazy, and I'm not trying to be careful here and but how did I I kind of looked at it like, wow, that's bold.
It was definitely
right?
And
I think my second thought was like, what's that mean?
What does it mean?
And I don't know what it means, right?
Let's unpack it right now.
Well, I guess we can try to unpack it. I think there's a bunch of different things where we're seeing this, broader trends, broader than that, which is just the amount of capital sitting on the sidelines being poured into a ton of ideas. Especially,
where's this money coming from?
Especially in the consumer space. Individuals.
High net worth individuals.
There you go. I mean, like
Yuri's backed by a big Russian guy who has
let's
billions
take
of
Yuri
dollars.
out of the equation.
Yeah.
There's just we already had this problem. There's already, in my opinion, a problem. So people ask me all the time, like, what's interesting? And I'll say, well, consumer is interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I want to put a lot of dollars to work in consumer. Because the valuations are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. I think companies are getting structured in a way that it's very binary for the entrepreneur and for the early investors. Meaning,
go big
or go
go
home or get nothing. Because I think once your valuations so early on get a little bit ahead of themselves, and a little bit ahead of themselves is going, instead of it being valued at 3, being valued at 6.
Right.
It's subtle, but just doing that takes a lot of option value in the near-term future of early exits.
The $25 million exit, the $30 million exit, which I would characterize are 3 exits at AOL, probably in that range, reportedly.
Yeah.
Those are very profitable exits if you've only got 15% of your stock owned by other investors.
Bingo. And I
85% of $30 million, a lot of money.
It's always good to have option value. Options create options in our industry.
85% of $30 million sounds pretty good to me.
But let's go back. Let's go back to your question. So
you're like, what does that mean?
I kind of look at this like, okay.
It was a flash grenade.
It's like maybe that might be a very interesting strategy.
Yeah.
But
spray and pray.
But they're not. I don't know if it's spray and pray because Y Combinator, in theory, has a filter mechanism right here.
Genius.
And what they're saying,
all developers.
Those entrepreneurs don't have to take the money. They'll take the money if they want. It's just option value. It's just money that gets priced at a later.
Who's not going to take that money?
No,
though?
what they're doing.
I mean, the terms are amazing.
What they've done. The terms are great. What they've done is said, I want a seat at the table at the next round, no matter what that round is priced, and no matter who leads it. That's what. Once the entrepreneur has taken that money down, that's what happens. So for the entrepreneur, I think it's a great advantage.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
They have the high ground.
There we go.
Because?
Who has the high ground? I'm sorry.
The entrepreneur has the high ground because the investment of $150,000 has no discount, and that $150,000 goes at whatever they can get another person to put $100,000
in. That's right. So the next round's done at a $20 million valuation. That money's going to price.
Gets 1%?
He's going to get 1% at 15. There you go.
Whoa. That's a lot of risk to take. It's a 6-month-old company, 6-week-old company. I don't know how old the company is.
Yeah, but what he's identified, what we all know, this is a hits-driven business.
All he needs is one hit?
I don't know. Depends on how much money
he's
putting $6 million out.
Right.
Let's unpack that. Let's say he had 1% of Google.
Hello.
1% of Facebook.
$1 billion. Pretty much guaranteed. $2 billion in the Google case.
1% of Twitter. 1% of WordPress.
40 million. 4 million.
It's like.
Right. He breaks even, or makes a ton.
There you
go. So basically, it's not spray and pray, to recap, because it's all Paul Graham filtered. there is some logic to it because if you spread across 43 companies and you already saw Heroku come out at 200 million, if you had 1% of that, that's 2 million right there. And let's be honest, they're not going to price at 15. It's more likely they're going to price at 8, which means he's really going to get 2% or something. So 2%, that's $4 million right there.
Let's call it 3. He would have been halfway there.
Yeah, exactly, halfway there. Now, what does that do?
And let's think about it from his perspective.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his net worth is. I don't even know what pool of capital this is coming from.
Well,
but for him, he's taking a $6 million bet.
Right.
There's a high probability he'll make.
You've been watching This Week in Startups. To watch the full episode, click here. To check out some other shows from This Week In, click here.